Hi, I'm Scott McKenzie. Thanks for tuning in to another market update. This one is my June one. Haven't done one for a couple of months, and I thought it was really important to let everybody know exactly what's happening in the market. Basically, in the last couple of months, we've seen the market continue to go up. No surprises there. But what we're experiencing now, being June, and if you've watched a lot of my video blogs, especially the ones around winter that I've done over the last few years, you'll know that things quieten down. Now, they don't really quieten down for the number of buyers that are active in the market. It's more just a case that we don't have the same number of listings coming on. Most people feel their property looks better when it's sunny, whether that be spring and they've come out of winter and done a bit of gardening around Labour weekend and decided to sell before Christmas, or in fact they've done some work over the summer, decided with a New Year's resolution that they're going to make a change, so they list their house for sale in February and March. So right now we've got people hibernating, they're at home, they drive to work in the dark, they get home in the dark, it's raining and cold, they're not really doing the work on the house, so they say, I'm not going to sell now. They're usually not even thinking about it. But what I've found in the last few winters, especially with the market being good, with all of the buyers that we have and the reduced number of listings, that's quite often when we start to see the most activity on each property, because more buyers competing with each other over a smaller number of properties. Simple supply and demand thing. What I wanted to cover off in this one was a few key statistics. The North Shore median sales figure for May versus May 2014 is up a whopping 26.3%. The average home in North Shore now is $946,000, so somewhere in the mid-900s versus mid-700s 1 year ago, 12 months ago. So in the Glenfield area, that equates to $740,000 versus $580,000. The East Coast Bays area, you're looking mid to high nines, somewhere around the average for the North Shore, versus around $800,000 a year ago. Surprisingly, that increase is actually only 22%, whereas when you look at the Albany area, a massive 31% increase from the previous year. You're looking well over $1 million to get in there for an average home now. The Birkenhead area, 890 versus 752, only 18% up on the year before. The Milford Takapuna area, 23% up. And the Devonport area, well, you'll need 1.5 for an average house down there. And these figures do fluctuate month to month depending on whether some areas have had a bigger share or proportion of more expensive houses sold or cheaper houses. But certainly that Glenfield trend, 27%, that's huge. That's the most I've seen year on year for month figures from 1 year to the previous year that I've seen in the 4 years that the market's been rocketing up. So it's just showing that the market's really about as hot in the last 3 to 6 months as it has been at any point in the last 4 or 5 years. The number of sales made in May across the North Shore was 553 versus 487 the year before, which shows an increased level of activity, which ties in with the reason why prices are pushing up, because there's that much more demand. I thought I'd quickly share a couple of properties, or actually 4 of them, with you that have just sold around the average sale price on the North Shore. So just to give you an idea of if you were going to buy something around the mid-nines, what would you be looking at in the different areas. I've got this first one here in Weldene Ave in Glenfield. This sold for $912,000 on the 8th of May. This one in Sunnynook sold for $950,000. Just as an aside, that's not my photography either, by the way, for that one. For this property here in Torbay, that sold for $920,000 on the 3rd of June. And then if you're looking down in Devonport, you can pick up a section like this one for $945,000. Now obviously you don't know how many bedrooms, how big they were, all that sort of thing, but just gives you a little bit of an idea. That's what the average is across the North Shore. And if you're looking to sell, or you're interested to know what the different areas are worth, what your property might be worth, definitely get in touch. That's what you can expect around the mid-nines. So thanks for watching my video blog, and stay tuned because I've written a lot of content for a video blog about housing bubbles, whether Auckland's in one, what signals we might have to know whether we are or not, and what's happened with other housing bubbles around the world. So thanks very much for watching, and congratulations to Vivian, who's new in my team, and she made her first sale on Friday. So great going, and thanks everyone for watching. Share it around and post your comments as well. Cheers.